Hello everyone, welcome back to Code Videos of YouTube channel. In this video, we will create a typing test app using reactjs. So let's check the demo. For example, whenever you come to and run your React app, so let's start typing. So our client is now me thanks that Devin app. Look at, so it will calculate everything at the time you are writing. Okay, it will just change the background of those characters which are correct, that you typed correctly, to green, and those characters which you typed wrong, so they will change the background to red color. And also you will see here the time left. For example, right now 33 second, 31 second. The time is, the maximum time is 60 second. Okay, and here you will see the mistakes that you did. Okay, like these are the mistakes, 7 mistakes. And word per minute, it will calculate the word per minute, and cpm, character per minute, how many characters per minute you have typed. If you press try again, so it will refresh it again. So as like this, it will refresh it. So this is a typing test application that we will build in this video using reactjs. So let's get started. Before starting, if you are new, don't forget to subscribe and also like the video, comment down. Let's start. So after creating your React app, run your React application. Now this is the default code. Let's change the default code. I will remove all code. This is our React app, and let's remove all these CSS files. Delete this one and also delete all the CSS code. And come here to the app. Now let's start our coding inside this app. Let's create a folder first of all. Let's name it components. And inside this we will have one file which is typing test.jsx. Inside this file we will have all our code, and let's create another file for styling it, style.css. Here in this file we will write our CSS code for designing it. And come here to the app.jsx, and here we will import this file, typing test, or AFCE. Let's close it. Just come here and I will import that here, typing test. Okay, it will import it from components folder. After importing it, let's assign a class name to this one, class name app. Save it. Come here to this typing test file, and here we will have another div which is test. Inside this div element we will just display our paragraph, and let's have another div element which is for result. In this div element we will display the result. In the result we will display so first of all, let's p tag inside here time left. Here we will display the time left, and we will display second thing will be mistakes, and the third thing would be WPM, word per minute, and the fourth thing CPM, character per minute, and the fifth thing will be a button, and this button would be used to try again button again. Let's save it. Now here we will display a paragraph. So to display the paragraph, first of all we need a paragraph. I will just copy a paragraph. So let's copy the paragraph here. I will just paste it here. This is our paragraph. Now, so let's display it now. So to display it, for displaying the paragraph, come here to this test area, and here we will just write paragraphs. Paragraph dot split. We will use split. Okay, it will split all this paragraph character by character. The split function, what it will do whenever we include this, it means split it character by character. So after splitting it, we will use dot map. It means that we will render character by character our paragraph, and here we will have character and index. Now let's display every character. So to display the character, we will use span tag for that, and inside that we will display char. Will display character by character the whole paragraph. And here to this span tag we will assign class name char. I will assign class because we need every character to catch, because whenever we are assigning background color and the active character, so we will just show that on the browser. And let's check it now. Okay, now that is okay. Let's come here to the browser. So it looks like this. Let's now add some CSS design. So here I will add the CSS code. So I have added the CSS code, but let's add a class name here to the top parent div element, class name container. Now let's check the CSS code. This is the CSS to all elements padding and margin 0 dot app component. Okay, in the app.js to this dot app. To this one I have added this style, height and display plex center and background color. I changed the background color. That container to the that container I have added this style, okay, to this div element. That will also background color and box shadow, margin, max width, padding, everything I have added. Dot test, this is the test div element. User select none. It means the user cannot select the test of this div element. And just come here to the span tag, the characters, okay, that we have added. To every character we have added this design. Dot result, this is the dot result. Display plex, justify content, margin, padding and border. This is the dot result, this div element. And then the button, this is for the button design, button h over. Let's check it now. Just come here. I didn't import it. Let's import it inside typing. So to import it, for that we will simply write import dot slash style dot css. Save it. See, it looks like this. Okay, it's better. So after this, the button is not applied. Let's assign class name to the button. That button. Okay, just come here. Add a class name button. That is okay right now. This is our button. Now, whenever we are writing, let's display the default. We will create these variables. Okay, CPM, WPM, mistakes, and time lift. Let's create these state variables. I will just cut this paragraph and paste it above from this component, and also make it like this. Here now let's assign a create state variables. The first one would be max time. This is the maximum time. The max time would be 60 seconds. And const our time lift set. Okay, this is the time lift. How many seconds are left? Set time left is equal to, we will use state hook, and the default value is max time. Const mistakes set mistakes equal to use state, the default value is 0. And also the another one would be WPM, and set WPM, default value is 0. And CPM, set CPM, default value is 0. Now let's display them here. So to display it, we will just wrap it inside strong, and we will write here time lift. Okay, time lift variable. Come here, strong, and here we will write mistakes. Here down, strong, and here we will just write the WPM. Come down, and here we will display the CPM. CPM. Let's save it. Let's check it now. See, we have the default values for these state variables. Now we will create an input field. Whenever we are writing the text, we will write inside that input field, and we will compare with this paragraph. So let's do it. Just come here to the code, and we will create our input field inside the test. And let's assign a class name input field. Let's add some design to this input field. Let's come here, add input field. I think that is the name is okay. Input field. And now here we will add opacity of this input field would be 0, and z index, because we would like to hide it. We will not see it on the browser, on the screen. And position absolute. Just come here. See, we can't see that input field because we hide it. Now just come here to the typing test, and we will create now a rip, okay, a rip hook, okay, to get the properties of this input field. So let's create const input rip is equal to use rip hook. Use rip hook. If you don't know about use rip hook, so you can watch my video about this, link in the description. I use rip hook, and let's assign it now to this input field. Rip is equal to with input rip. And also let's create two other state variable, const char index. This char index is used, set char, I will just explain you. State. This char index is used just to take whenever how many characters we wrote. Okay, this is used how many characters we wrote, 1 2 3 5 until how many characters. Okay, this will store the index of those characters. And one another state variable is typing. Right now we are typing or not typing. Okay, we are in the typing mode or not. By default this is false. So that is okay. Now what else we should do? And let's create a use effect hook. Use effect hook. If you don't know about use effect hook, you have video link in the description. I have explained very well. And here what we will do, we will just write input rip dot current dot focus. Whenever we run our application, so we will focus on this input fields. Okay, it will focus on this input field, and when we start writing, so it will write inside this input field. So now whenever we are writing something in this input field, we will call a function. Let's Alt Shift F to format the document, and here we will write on change. Whenever we are changing input field, we are writing something, so I will call handle change. Now we will create this function. So to create this function, for that come here, const handle change is an arrow function. So here what we will do, first of all, we will just it means that to take to select the all characters. Okay, these characters that we mapped here, we should select through this class name. Okay, we should select all the span characters. For example, we have 200, 300 or 400 characters. So to select these all characters, for that again we will use a rip hook. So just come here, and I will write const char rips is equal to use rip. This is an array with us because the character that we have, those are more than one character. So for that we will use an array. So this one I will assign null. So after now let's select these span, these characters. So to select them, for that I will use const characters is equal to char rips dot current. What it will do, it will select all the these span characters. So let's assign this char rip to these span tags. So to assign it, as we assign to input fields like this, but this is an array with us. So we will do like rip. We will create an arrow function, and here we will paste that name, char rips dot current, and then we will assign the index name, index here. Okay, index is equal to with e. What it will do, it will, for example, for the first time when we type the first character, so it will assign to the first index. This index means the first one. Okay, index is 0 1 2 3, it will go on. So to the first one it will assign the e. It means that it will go step by step to all characters. For the second time it will assign to the second one, the third one, the fourth one, like this we can do it. Now we will using this statement we will access all those characters. So after accessing all the characters, now let's just the current character that we are typing. So let's write const current char is equal to char reps dot current char index. What this statement will do, it will select the first character of the paragraph. How? Because whenever we write this, so it will use this array and select char index. The char index is by default 0. So what it will do, it will select the first character by default. Later we will change this char index to 1 to 2 3 4 and go on like this whenever we are writing the text. So we will change this. After that it will select the second character, third character, fourth character, and it will go on like this. This is the current character that we stored inside this variable, and this characters, it means that we have selected all the characters, these characters, span tags. So after that, let's now, we should not select this because we are changing it. So we will make it let. Type would be let typed character is equal to the character that we typed inside the input fields. Now we will extract that. So for that we are using event e dot target dot value dot slice -1. What it will do, whenever we are writing something in this input fields, we will use this event.target.value. So it will just extract the value from that input fields. But in this input fields, we store more than one characters, because for the first time one character, then we are writing a long text, a paragraph. So this dot slice -1, what it will do, it will just take as the last character that we typed, and we will store that inside this typed character. Now let's use if condition, and inside this we will write char index was less than characters dot length. If the index was value was less than the length of those characters, and time left was greater than 0, and the time left was greater than 0, it means that will not less than 0. Okay, so it should be greater than 0. So then let's write another if condition, and here we will write if not is typing. If we were not in the typing mode, so we will just set typing mode, set is typing to true. We will change the value to true. And after that, let's write another if condition. And here now we will write typed character was equal to with current character dot text content. What it will do, in this current character, we store the span tag, the current span tag. Okay, for example, the span tag of a character. So this text content will just extract that text from that span tag, and if it was equal to with that character that we typed, so then what we will do, we will change the background, and also we will change this char index. We will plus the value of char index to 1. So what we will do, we will just set char index to char index +1. It means we will just add 1 to that. If that was 0, it will change to 1. If that was 1, it will change to 0. Else, it means if the character were not equal, so then what we will do, again we will it means increase the value of index, because we wrote a character. And here we will now change the value of mistakes also, because the character were not equal. Set mistakes to mistakes +1. We will increase the value of mistakes also. Let's write another if condition. If char index was equal to with characters dot length -1. If it was equal to with that, so what we will do, we will set is typing mode to false, because we have completed the paragraph. And after this paragraph, it means if this condition was not true, what we will do, else, again we will write set is typing to mode to false. Control V. So now one thing else that we should do, that is that whenever we write the correct word, what we should do, we should first of all by default have and underline, okay, underline from every paragraph for every character that we are writing. And whenever we write something, we should change the background of that character to green, and if that was wrong, to red. So first of all, we will default just display here underline from the character that we are writing. So for that, we will just come here, we will add active class to this span tag, so to this class name. Okay, so to add that, let's remove this, and we will write inside this backtick, and here we will add the char class name, and here we will write now if index was equal to with char index. Whenever these two are equal, for example, for the first time both are 0, it will active the 0 character, the first character. After that it will change to 1, the second character, the third character, it will go on. Whenever they are equal, so we will use ternary operator, and we will add active class, else nothing. So this is how we can add the active class. Okay, you got this step, that whenever these two are equal, so for that character we will add active class. Now we will add something in the CSS to that active class. Okay, just come here, here I will add span dot active, the character that is active. I will add border bottom, for example 3 pixels solid blue. So save it. Now let's check it. By default the first character is active. Whenever we write typing, okay, so it will go ahead. How many characters we are writing, the active character will go ahead. It is working like this. Now whenever we write correct, so it will change the value background of this green. If that was wrong, the character, it should be red. So for that, come here, we will create an array. Just come here, let's create an array. Const correct rank, set correct rank is equal to use state, and this is an array with us. Now we will by default fill this array by empty string. How many characters we have, the length should be that much. So for that, just come here to this use effect, and I will call set correct rank, and I will just write array. We will use array, and the length of array, how much the length should be equal to with characters char reps. Okay, sorry, char reps dot current dot length. Okay, this char reps, we will use the length of this char reps. Dot length dot fill by empty string. By default, the default value will be empty string. Now come here down. What we should do now, the logic is that whenever we write a correct character, so we will change the value of this array of that index. For example, the first character first index, second character second index, that value to correct like this. Okay, I will just show to you. Set rank set. Come. Yeah, correct rank. Correct rank, and the array. Now we will assign here char index is equal to, we will assign correct. Just we will assign correct. If we write the character wrong, so what we will assign, we will assign a wrong to that character. Now we will print this correct and wrong on the class name. Okay, and this span tag and the class name. If that was correct, it will assign correct to that span tag. If that was wrong, it will assign wrong to that one. So for that, just come here, and we will print the value of that. Correct, wrong, here we will assign index. That is okay. Now we will assign classes, okay, designed to those active and wrong classes. Okay, we should write that style for this correct and wrong. For that, come here, and I will write the design here. So this is the design for active. The border, sorry, this is for active. We should write it. Span that correct background color green. So just let's make it lighter like this. Save it. Let's check it now. Let's write something. Okay. C plant is one of, if we write wrong, so it will change the color. If we are correct, it will change the background color. It will looks like this. So we have implemented this logic also. Now what else remained? The remaining thing is that to display the mistakes, the WPM and the CPM, and also to change the time left, how many seconds are left. The mistake is okay, we have implemented the mistake logic, but we should implement the time left, WPM and CPM. For this, we are using a use effect hook. Let's just come here. And one thing else remained, that whenever we press try again, we will refresh it up again. So let's create a use effect hook. Save it, and we will implement this logic. So let's first of all, let's create a variable. Let's interval. We will use set interval method, okay, to update our user UI after 1 second. And now okay, just come here. App is typing. App, we were in typing mode, and time left was greater than 0. So then we will implement the logic of setting WPM and CPM. So that need calculation. So I will calculate that later. I will show to you. Okay, that need too much calculation. So now let's go through this code. So this is a variable that we declared, and app is typing and time left was greater than 0. So what we will do, interval is equal to set interval method. We will use set interval method, and inside that we will declare, now we will implement our logic for WPM and CPM. So set time left, we will change the time left. Okay, the default, the max value is 60, so it will decrease after every second to 1 second. Okay, by default 60, 59, 58, it will go down like this. And the correct characters, okay, the correct characters that we typed, we will just calculate that by using char index minus mistakes. Okay, how many index characters we typed and minus the mistakes from that. And the total time that we spent, the max time minus time left, it will calculate that, the total time. Now let's, first of all, this is the calculation of CPM, character per words. Okay, correct characters, how many characters, multiply it by, okay, first of all, perform this operation, 60 divided by total time, and after that multiply that by correct characters. Now here the CPM is equal to, if CPM was less than 0 or not CPM, no value, or CPM was infinity, so what it will do, it will print 0 for the CPM, otherwise it will print the value of CPM. And set CPM, so here we will set the CPM. This parse int will just change the value of CPM to integer, and this 10 means the number system that we are using, that is decimal system. Okay, we have binary, octal and decimal, and also for the 16 we have a system. So this is decimal number system that we are using. Now let's just calculate the word per minute. So for that we will use math.round. This is used just to round the value. Correct characters, divide it by 5 and divide that again by total times and multiply it by 60. So it will give you the value of WPM. Now let's assign value to WPM. If WPM was less than 0, if this was less than 0 or there was no value or it was infinity, so what we will do, we will assign 0 to this WPM, otherwise this value to WPM. Set WPM to WPM. And this is after 1000 second. Else if we were not in the typing mode or the time was complete, so we will clear interval. We will clear the interval and also set typing false. And also at the last return, we should return the interval. Okay, we should call clear interval and assign this interval variable to that. So this is the logic. One thing else that we should assign here, that is we should assign here is typing. Is we are in the typing mode. Whenever we change the value, first of all I will write, okay, time left. So what this mean? It means that whenever we change the value of these two variables, so it will render this use effect again. It will run again. It will run again whenever we are changing the value of these two variables, state variables, is typing and time left. So this was the logic of WPM and CPM. Now let's check it. Okay, just come here to the browser and refresh it. Now let's start it. Okay, a plant is one of the most important living things that develop on the earth. Okay, see, mistakes, WPM, CPM, everything has calculated, and time left 45 seconds, it is decreasing. Now the last thing is, whenever we press this try again button, so we will clean, it means reset everything. So for that, just come here and come here to the button, to this button, on click, reset game or reset typing speed. Okay, let's now declare this function. Just come here and just declare it here, const, and inside, let's assign this. Inside this reset function, we will reset all these, the value, we will assign the default value to all these variables. That is it. Okay, let's, so we have set is typing pause, set time left max time, set character 0, mistake 0, set CPM 0, VPM 0, and set is correct array. We assigned again empty strings to all those set. This is correct, set correct or wrong, and input reps that focus on that again by pressing that button. Just come here. Whenever we write something, a plant is okay. Let's press try again. See, everything has resetted, and we can start it again. So it is how we have developed the typing speed application using reactjs, and we implemented all those logics that you need, and these logics are very helpful whenever you would like to learn something. So I am sure these logics, if you implement this logic and learn them, so it will help you in your programming and your productivity. At the last, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you like this video, so don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, like the video, and comment down. Thanks for watching.